They're off and running.
Bob, it's always a happy day when you come to town, my dear.
Thank you, Bobbie. It's nice to see you, too.
Well, you're looking marvelous, and you just came in from SMU.
It did.
Broke a little ground, I understand.
Broke a little ground, took a little divot for the new theater out there.
Did you use your golf club to do it?
No, they had a shovel. I think it was a McGregor number 8 iron. It was a big one, wasn't it? Large McGregor.
But I hear it was a real nice ceremony. I'm sorry I
It was
couldn't get out
wonderful.
there.
It really was. And all the Dr. Tate and the president and Eugene McIlvaney and Stanley Marcus, Mayor Johnson and Freddie Bryson, everybody was there.
So
and a lot of wonderful
when do they
students.
think they'll have this finished now, the Bob?
There ought to be a fall of 1966.
Yeah, so I'm hoping you'll come back and
I'd like to open it,
do the
actually.
first show.
Yeah, I'd like to do that. I'd like to do Roberta in there.
Listen, do you know, this was one of the things I was going to ask you about. Our Casa Manana Theater in Fort Worth, it's a musical theater in the round.
Yeah, sure.
All right, this year they're going to do Roberta.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Isn't that so? Well, I might be technical advisor. I started that whole thing, you know.
I know you did. Do I dare ask you what year? Is that fair?
No, you can ask. Let me see. It was it really was, wasn't it? 1933.
Yeah.
When I did it in New York.
But
then I've done it since at St. Louis, Muni Opera.
Yeah.
And I may do it in the Valley, at the Valley Music Theater.
What was the role that you played?
I played Huck Haynes.
Mm-hmm. What kind of a guy was he?
He was sort of, had a band. He was sort of a straight Les Brown.
Yeah, that conjures up a good image.
Imagine anything like that.
Yeah, straight Les Brown.
And it was a wonderful part. Had George Murphy was my manager in the show. Now Senator George Murphy.
How about that?
Shows you what the Late Show will do for you. And then we had Fred McMurray was playing in the band, California Collegians. In fact, he got his Paramount contract out of that show.
Well, now your career really took off as a result of that show, didn't it?
It sure did. That didn't hurt it, that particular show.
How did you happen to get into the show?
Well, I was playing at the Palace Theater in vaudeville, and Jerome Kern saw the show and decided that I could play this part. It was a great break for me.
He said, I like that man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Bob, the last time that we talked, was the telephone interview from Palm Springs.
Right.
And I had
Before that, though, we met when I was at Texas Christian, you remember?
Oh, yeah.
Sure,
I do
TCU,
remember.
Sure.
You amaze me. You have a mind and a memory like an IBM machine. Listen, what are they waving in
They're
front of
waving
there?
a little medal that I received
that?
today over there at SMU.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yes, it's a dramatic group over there, isn't it?
Arden Club.
Yeah.
Arden Club,
Oh,
and they laid this
ma'am.
on me. I feel like de Gaulle, which is quite a feeling right now. Because
Good for his acting ability.
For
de
his
Gaulle
acting
thinks
ability.
he's Bridget Bardot at this moment. But no, it's actually for my acting ability. They gave me an Oscar, an SMU Oscar, which I hope carries a little weight as far as those people in Hollywood are
Yeah,
concerned,
go back and wave that in front of those characters.
Beautiful
out
thing,
there.
though, really.
That's marvelous. Speaking of medals, I was asking about these cufflinks, and we can't probably get a close-up of them, but they are so beautiful.
They were given to me by the Paramount Publicity Department, Bobbie, and my 17th anniversary at the Paramount Studios, and that's the St. Genesius medal.
Mm-hmm.
That's the patron saint of actors and performing arts, and I think it's nice. I think it's nice that we actors have a saint. After all, Danny Thomas can't do it all.
There's a patron saint for TV. I mean, just
You're kidding.
No, there really is. It's St. Clair.
That's right.
Yeah.
Honestly?
Am I right, fellas?
For TV, well...
Uh-huh.
well
So we'll have to get you now
oh,
St. Clair
yeah,
set to
sure.
go
Is
with
there
the
anything for
St.
personal appearances? Because that's where I'm really in danger.
Let's build a hospital.
Yeah. No, what I started to say, Bob, that getting back to the telephone interview in Palm Springs,
Yes.
we got such fabulous reaction to that interview, and let me tell you why. If you remember, you talked about using the gas in Vietnam. It was a
Oh,
it was a
yes,
serious
yes,
moment.
right.
And we got so much reaction because people said it's too bad that couldn't have been on the full network, because it was a chance to see another side of you. Most of the time you're clowning and making gags and so forth. And many, many of the people agreed with you. And even the ones who didn't completely, they said...
Talk about anything. It's like people now that come up to you and say, I don't understand our policy in Vietnam. Well, our policy in Vietnam is to try and save that part of the world for a free type of living, the type of living we're used to, If we want to get out of there and leave it all to the communists, then we have something else to think about. Then we don't know where we're going to fight next. because I've talked to everybody over there and all the big fellas and everything, and a lot of senators and also the president, a few people, and I think we're taking the right course in Vietnam. And
Bob,
there's very few laughs in this, but it's something that means a lot to our country.
Bob, as a comedian, does it bug you that people always want you to be on and always want you to be funny?
No, it doesn't really, Bobbie, because I've been around so long that I can usually work out something, you know, to give them a couple of chuckles. You know, we ran a couple of times at this groundbreaking ceremony, and I didn't have any prepared script, but we still found, you know, enough things to say to make everybody happy, because you can't disappoint them, because they do want to hear. Naturally, that's how I make my money, and they want to hear some jokes, so I got to have a few jokes.
Listen, Bob, you're going to be on again for Chrysler now.
That's right,
year.
next year.
Yeah. And did you sign just for 1 year, or is it?
No, I signed for one more year, starting next in 65, 66, and I don't know where it'll go from there.
Will it be essentially the same kind of format with your specials?
I think so, yes.
Yeah, it's worked out very successfully.
It's worked out pretty good, yeah. People like it.
You still be on Friday nights?
No, we're going to be on Wednesday night. Wednesday night at 9. And we think that we're going to try it on that night. We think it's a pretty good time.
You won your golf match yesterday.
Yeah.
How about that?
Finally won a match. Jackie Burke and I beat those two old men, Jimmy DeMeritt and Phil Harris.
Yeah.
And we had a wonderful time.
You really keep up with the golf. I mean, day by day, don't you?
Well, I wish there was a driving range up here so Bix could give me a little lesson right now.
Yeah. Let's see, how much of a putt could you do from here to the end of the room?
Well, I'll tell you how much. They putted for about an hour while I was trying to get to sleep last night. And they were hitting balls against this wall, and I thought there was woodpeckers around here. I was trying to sleep about 12:30 this morning, and Bixler and the Hartschaft Remarks Pro, Mangini, were down with, they had this putter. See this little putter here?
Yeah. Oh, Bill Dana.
Yeah, isn't that something?
Yeah. What's the story behind this now?
Well, that's one of the putters that we got in Houston. And I think he was supposed to play in this, wasn't he? In Houston?
Yes.
And they had a putter. They had one with my name on it, too, and they gave me Bill Dana's. You're through. But anyway.
Your ex-publicity man over there, Bob Bixler.
But they were putting all night here trying out these putters.
Yeah, yeah. Bob, if you could have, say, a certain person's drive and a certain person's putt, I'm talking now of the PGA golfers, who would you take?
Oh, boy, that'd be hard.
Would
That'd
that
be hard to pick, you know, because, for instance, 1 week, Palmer's the best driver, and the next week, Casper's the best driver, and then the next week, Nicklaus amazes the world with his tremendous power and accuracy, you know. But I think as far as putting, I might have to go with Casper, because I think he's been the most consistent putter around the pros, and of course, under pressure, you got Palmer and Nicklaus and, you know, some fine, fine players.
You do all right on your own, though.
Well, I do all right for a tourist.
You going to make any movies this summer, Bob?
I think so. I think I'm going to make a movie in August.
Is that the name of it? In August?
Movie in August. Now, let us make it. No, I think I'm going to do another movie in August. We're trying to work out which one, because I told you about a story, Catch Me If You Can. I think I told you about that, Bobbie, but I don't know whether that's going to work out or not.
Yeah.
I was supposed to be with Carol Baker, but she is delayed so much on this particular picture. Harlow, she's been ill, you know. And I don't know whether we're going to get together or not. I'll know in the next couple of days.
Yeah, she was on one of your specials there.
Yes, she was.
Yeah.
A couple of months ago, and very good.
Yeah, and I never thought of her as ever doing anything in the comedic vein.
Well, she wants to do that, you know. She wants to blossom out and do something a little differently. And this is the chance for her to really get away.
So where do you go from here now?
I go from here to Atlantic City after the show tonight, and then to Philadelphia, then to Columbus, Ohio to play a match with Jack Nicklaus, then Cincinnati to play another match with Jack Nicklaus, and Huntington, West Virginia.
One step ahead of the law.
Fort Wayne,
always.
Indiana.
That's my old home state,
You
you know.
kidding?
Indiana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I play Indiana University, the 8th and 9th.
Now you said the wrong thing. I was a Purdue grad.
Yeah, well,
That's
I play.
our rival.
Yeah, I know. You remember me from Purdue, though. I played that.
I know you did, but I was gone by that time. You keep insisting I'm only 12 years old.
Al Stewart. Don't you remember Al
Oh,
Stewart?
do I?
Well,
remember
I
Al
took the
Stewart?
Purdue choir to Alaska with me. And we
Yeah.
had a ball.
But I was gone by that time.
Yeah.
You see, so I am more than 12. Bob, you're always such a love, really. You're
Thank
marvelous.
you, Bob. Well, you're very nice. You're very
And,
sweet. You're
you know-
kind of nice to just look at you for a while.
Oh, aren't you sweet? Do you all mind going away while we continue this privately? Bob, thanks so much.
Nice, Bobbie. Nice to see you.